Hello, my name's Shane Williams. I am the Chief Executive of Global Policing Limited. I'm an ex-Chief Inspector from Greater Manchester Police. First of all, let me apologise for the rough and ready nature of this video. Being a Chief Executive of an organisation that has all of a sudden got very, very busy, I'm trying to fit things in as and when I can, so I'm making this video from home for you guys. So a bit background about myself. I joined the police when I was quite young. I got promoted very quickly throughout the police. I've dealt with things that you couldn't imagine. I've had some very strategic roles in the police. So I was in charge of the custody provision for about 3 years. So I was in charge of all prisoners that came into the police stations. I was then in charge of, even though I was a chief inspector, I was in charge of supporting superintendents, which is the rank above me, to make sure that they knew what they were doing when they were on duty on their own at night. So I wrote a document for them telling them what they needed to do. And I then became head of training for Greater Manchester Police. And that involved training everything from new recruits to dog handling to driving cars fast down the road and everything in between. Global Policing. So I left the police early to set up Global Policing, and Global Policing is an organisation that primarily was set up to teach young people all about law and crime, so then they could make informed decisions. Because you may or may not know that at the age of 10 you become criminally responsible, and that's when you can be sent to prison. But actually, if you think back, was you ever taught about law and crime at the age of 10? You might have known the difference between what was right and wrong, but you probably didn't know that if you steal a can of pop from the front of a shop, you go to prison for 7 years. If you steal a can of pop from the storeroom, you go to prison for 14 years. So things like that you probably didn't know. So we still do lots of work in schools, teaching children about law and crime, but the organisation's massively developed from that. So we now support people, or organisations with data protection issues. So we're data protection officers for about 200 organisations. And we also provide an all singing, all dancing training provision, which you buy into our training platform. It has every single training course that an organisation could have for one set price for the organisation. And then we provide face-to-face training for a very small fee in addition to that. So we're a very diverse organisation and very busy. We've been working with Back to Work for quite a while now, and we currently have a digital apprentice from them who is exceptional and is doing lots and lots of marketing for us, lots of work helping us set up online training packages to make sure that it reflects our organisation and everything that we think about our organisation. And one of the key things that he's definitely done is given our organisation a bit of character. So he's very much communicating on social network. He's communicating on my personal social networks to the large followers that I have on LinkedIn, because I think I've got 30,000 followers on LinkedIn, and he's doing really, really well. And the program that he's been doing with Back to Work has really, really supported him. And in the next step is that it's definitely benefited my organisation. So you're on that first step, or you're thinking about that first step. So I thought I'd just give you a quick overview of what I would expect from somebody who's coming on to do a work experience or a digital apprenticeship, and just to give you a few tips on what pitfalls there might be. And for me, common sense is absolutely key. Absolutely key. So, I mean, organisations these days are very, very modern. I'll give you an idea. When I interviewed Jed for his apprenticeship, he actually came to the interview and had produced a massive presentation which included, radio clips of him trying to sell something on the radio, and it was exceptional. So he kind of blew out the water all the other candidates that I interviewed, simply just by being different. So, it's good to show your personality. It's good to be slightly different. the candidates that didn't do as well were the ones who turned up fully suited up, and I'm not saying suits are wrong, but fully suited up and very, very rigid and and answered the questions how they thought the answer should be answered. But I was looking for personality. You're going to be marketing executive, digital apprenticeships. You need to have that flair that we think actually, they can help us with our organisation, and actually they can bring in their own style in regards to that. One of the key things, if you are doing work experience or anything in regards to being an apprentice or anything like that, is just remember to use, again, common sense is a common thing. So remember to use your common sense. Things like finding your way to the organisation. Do it yourself. There's Google there. Finding out what you might have to wear and things like that. Ring the organisation up. You've got to take ownership of yourselves. You've got to show that you're committed, show that you're keen. I mean, personally, I hate people being late for whatever excuse it is. Even if it's like the transport, one or two reasons, yeah, I might let go. But being constantly late, I'd probably get rid of you because this comes back from my policing days. So be on time, be ready to go, be keen, ask questions, challenge in a decent way. So say, actually, I don't think that we should do it that way. This is why. This is what I think we should do. And just try and learn as much as you can from the whole organisations that you're going to be working with. To be honest, I'm very, very keen to work with as many of you as possible, and I'm sure the other organisations that are working with Back to Work are just as keen to work with you guys. So I'm interested to see who comes through and who will be supporting and how you can help my organisation. I've got lots of ideas on what you guys as digital apprentices or people doing work experience can be doing for us, and I'm sure that you will gain lots and lots from it if you are the right person. So don't think twice about signing up. It's a perfect opportunity for you to get some experience with organisations, and you might not end up working with that organisation in the future, but at least that experience and that knowledge you can transfer to other places. So I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll hopefully see some of you in the future. Thank you.